Hey guys, if you have not been here before, my name is Deb. I've been here on YouTube for over 10 years and I have over 2,000 videos. I kid you not, that is not a joke. You can look it up if you want, it's true. Last night I was thinking about what I wanted to do today for makeup and I thought I definitely want to do green. And I had not used this palette yet. This is going to be the first time that I've ever used it today. It is the Profusion Emeralds Palette. What a beauty this is. It's only $5 at Walmart because it's one of their 10-pan palettes. And in this palette, you get 3 golds, you get 3 cool toned greens, these 3 right here. You get a warm light brown shade, and then you get 3 warm toned greens. You get this lime shimmer green right here, and then you get this matte like Granny Smith apple green, and then you get this matte green, grungy green like a khaki green. So I normally would go for the cool tone greens. Like these are usually quite flattering on me, but I just am really in the mood to play with these warm toned greens today, as you can probably tell because I have on this shirt to match. So I've got these crazy hair clips in my hair so that I won't keep pushing my hair back. So yeah, let's get started. $5 at Walmart. If you saw my birthday haul video, then you know I went a little bit cuckoo and I bought a ton of Profusion palettes. They're so affordable and the formula is so amazing. I can't believe how good these are. However, honestly, I don't feel like Profusion was always this good. I can remember many years ago, picking them up at like Burlington Coat Factory and Marshall's, and I don't think they used to be as good as they are now. And you might even still see some of their palettes at like Five Below. I don't think that's the same formula that they have now in these palettes. So just wanted to give you a heads up in that because I didn't want you to be at like a discount type store other than Walmart and see Profusion and think, oh yeah, Mrs. the Doll really likes that brand. I like the palettes that they sell at Walmart, but I don't feel like those other palettes at those other stores are as good because I think that's a different formula. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. Okay, we are going to use the Profusion eyeshadow primer. This is, I think it's $4 at Walmart. And I've used this with many different eyeshadow brands now, and it works great with everything. And you only need the tiniest little bit because it's super concentrated. So I'm just going to blend that all over my eye area. You can use a brush, of course, if you want to, but I feel like it blends so much more evenly when I use my finger because I'm using the warmth of my hands to help it blend. And make sure you take that way over to the edge of where your eyeshadows are going to go. I can't wait to dig into this palette. I think this is so pretty. I bought so many palettes all at the same time that it's been impossible to try them all out. I mean, you only have one set of eyes and I only do my makeup once a day. Alright, so let's start with this Profusion Pointed Crease Brush. This is the ES3. I bought a bunch of their brushes also for my birthday, and they don't seem to have any face brushes. Well, at least they don't have any face brushes at Walmart. They just have eye brushes, but that's fine because I picked up pretty much everything that they had, and I've been trying them all out. So yeah, we're going to start with this, and we're going to go into that shade called Russet. So I'm just going to tap my brush in there, and I'm just going to put that in the crease. If I had one criticism about this palette, just by looking at it, I think what I would change, if I could just make a change, is I don't think it's necessary to have 3 golds in one palette. So many companies do that. Wasn't I just saying that about that Morphe palette the other day? Like, it had a whole row of golds in it. Why do we need so many golds, makeup brands? So yeah, eliminate one of those golds and then put a crease shade that's cool in the palette instead of one of those golds so that you could use it with these cool tone greens. I don't know, that just would have made so much more sense to me. Because yeah, you can use this shade that I'm using, but it would look better if you had a cool toned neutral shade to run through your crease. And I don't like to have to go into another palette. That kind of defeats the purpose of using an eyeshadow palette. I mean, people use eyeshadow palettes because they don't want to look for a particular color in a single or another palette. Right? Am I right? That's why it's good, though, to have 1 or 2 palettes of single eyeshadows. That way, if there's a color that you feel like you need to complete a palette, you've got it. That's what I primarily use my singles for now. I don't usually do complete looks with my single eyeshadows. I use them like as fill-ins. Alright, so I think I've got an even coverage here. Yeah. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a different brush, and this is the firm blending brush. It's the ES2. It looks like that. And I want to go into that grungy green called Juniper. When I first opened this palette and decided what I was going to do with it last night, my eyes immediately went to Juniper. So I'm going to pick up some of that. And I'm just trying to take a small amount because I've never used this palette before, so I don't know how pigmented this color is going to be. But it has been my experience that Profusion is normally quite pigmented. So I used a smaller brush because I want to go more directly in the crease. So I want that brown shade to just peek up above this. So I'm trying to focus right directly in that socket there. And because this is taking me such a long time to blend, I think I better focus on one eye instead of going back and forth between the 2 eyes, or we're going to be here all day. Just taking a little bit at a time, baby steps. Because there's nothing worse than putting too much product on your brush and then you can't blend it all out. So I told you guys that I got Disney Plus. So my husband and I watched Hocus Pocus the other night. You're not going to believe this, but I had never seen that movie before. I don't know why. I just never had. And don't shoot me, but I thought it was okay. I know a lot of people, that's like their all-time favorite Halloween movie, and then ColourPop just came out with that makeup collection, and people go crazy for that movie. And it was cute, but I don't really have a favorite Halloween movie. I do like Halloween, or I used to anyway. Used to always be my favorite holiday. Used to go crazy decorating my house. I don't know if it's because of the you-know-what virus, but I don't know, I just don't feel like it this year. The holidays are going to be so screwed up this year. I don't even know what we're going to do as far as getting together with family and stuff. I don't know how you could do that because they're expecting it to get worse. So how can you like go to people's houses and have gatherings, and nobody's going to want to wear a mask like in somebody's house, and if you do, it's just going to be uncomfortable. Ugh, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do, but you know, I'm not alone. I know everybody else is going to be in the same boat. But I don't know. It's an awful situation. All right, I think that's more than enough blending. Okay, now I'm going to go into this flat shader brush. It's the ES5. This is a very small shader brush. It seems to be a little bit smaller than what I'm used to. And I'm going to go into, can you guess? I could either do that and do an all matte look, but I like shimmer on the lids, so I'm going to go into Harlequin. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be any trick-or-treaters out this year, which is kind of good in a way because then I don't have to buy any candy. So I try not to eat stuff with sugar in it. I did for my birthday though. It was my birthday in September, of course. I've mentioned this before. And I had ice cream for my birthday because I love ice cream. That's like my favorite thing that has sugar in it. Okay. Now, let's see. Why don't we go back to that brush that I used for the grungy green Juniper and just put a little bit on the outside part of the lid for some definition. And I'm just gonna like darken up that whole corner right there. There's always like a little gap right there where the eyeshadow doesn't want to stick. That's why I said make sure you bring the eyeshadow primer down far enough, because I think that, you know, it just thins out when you get to that point, so then the eyeshadow doesn't want to stick as much. Okay, there we go. All right, so I have this gel liner, buttercream gel liner from AOA Studio in the shade Pistachio. And you might be thinking, Pistachio, that's not going to go with this. Trust me, it will. I'm going to use a flat, precise brush in ES7. And this is what it looks like. But when you apply it, it applies a different shade. This brand is from shopmisse.com. And I bought most of these liners. There was one that was out of stock, so I wasn't able to get it, but I got the rest. And I like all the matte ones. The shimmer ones, I don't know, I'm not that crazy about shimmer eyeliner. But I really like the matte ones. They dry out pretty fast though. So I'm probably gonna have to order some new ones, because I've had these for a while. So they're starting to dry out. But see that green? It's just the right shade of green for this look. And look how different that is from when you look at it in the pot. It doesn't look anything the same. So keep that in mind if you're interested in this color. But yeah, they do dry out, but most gel liners do, but these seem to be especially susceptible to that. Okay, so we need something along the lower lash line there. I think I'm just going to go back into Jupiter. And for that, I'm going to use the small pointed eyeshadow brush, which is the ES8. Pretty sure that's an 8. So I'm going to put some of that on my brush and just take that down along the lower lash line. And make sure you connect it up in that corner. I used to just stop at the edge of my eye there, like where the liner is. And I could never figure out why it didn't look quite right. Well, you gotta connect it to what you did over here. Okay, so now if I look at it and critique it, I'm gonna go back to the brush that I used in my crease there. And I'm just gonna take it a little bit more. Right there, okay. All right, next, what's next? Next is putting some mascara on my bottom lashes. This is L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. And then, if you watch my videos, you know exactly what's coming. The Milani, the violet one, lash primer. If you've never tried a lash primer, this is the one to try. It's so good, but it's goopy. So you have to wipe the excess product back into the tube. Otherwise, you're going to have too much on your lashes. So there's tons of product in there, tons. Oh, oh, I almost forgot to curl my lashes. That does make a difference. Looks like a torture device, doesn't it? Okay. All right, now we can put the primer on. Yeah, it looks a little bit better if you curl your lashes first. Okay, now we'll go in with the mascara. I don't even wait. I feel like when you go right in with the mascara, you are going to get a little bit of the lash primer on your mascara brush, but it's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to affect anything. I feel like it just applies even better if you just go right in while it's still wet. Okay, wow, what a difference, huh? What a difference. Okay, I'm gonna do the other eye off camera, and then we'll come back and I'll put something on my lips. Okay, so the second eye is done, so now we're going to do something with the lips because my lips are this pinky color naturally, and man, that does not look good with the warm green eyeshadow, or I don't think so anyway. So of course I'm going to use one of my Profusion Lip Dazzler lipstick lip gloss combos. Crazy about them, been posting all these pictures on Instagram, I've done videos about them. I love these, and they're inexpensive. They're at Walmart, select Walmarts, and you don't even have to think about like what you're going to put with what, because the work is done for you because it's built in lipstick lip gloss combo. All right, so this one is called Perfect, and it is a warm nude to go with my warm eyeshadow. And then we're just going to flip it over, and the gloss is, oh man, it's gold, but it's got some other colors going on there too. See? When I tilt it. That's why I posted those pictures on Instagram. I got right in there and put the zoom on my camera and tried to get as close up pictures as I could so you could see all the dimension. Because they all seem to have more than one color, which when the light catches it just makes it interesting. Okay, so that is the finished look. That is the Profusion Emeralds Palette, and yeah, I like it. I've always liked this color scheme that I did today. I have a Wet n Wild palette from Dollar Tree that is essentially the same colors, and I was wondering what I was going to do when that expired and I had to throw it out, because I didn't have anything that was exactly the same colors. I do now, because that's pretty much what is in that palette, is those two shades, plus there's one other color that isn't really essential to the look. But but I think the other one might be, because it's a trio, I think the other one might be this. And I was never sure how I felt about putting that cooler one with these other two warm ones, but we do not have a highlight shade on. Gonna have to do something about that. All right. I had been using the highlight shade in my brow palette, but I switched it out and used a different brow palette today. So instead I'm going to take this MAC 239 shader brush and go back into this palette. Let's use one of the golds. That's what they're there for, right? Let's go with Gilded, the lightest one. Yeah, I forgot to do highlight. Brow bone highlight. Oh, that's pretty. I knew something was missing. And a little inner corner action here. All right. Oh, much better. Maybe just a little more on the outside there. Okay, that's better. Now it looks done. I knew something wasn't quite right there. Okay, guys, so that is the look for today, and I hope you like it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.